Good morning. Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. Be wary of cyber thieves, warns a cybersecurity consultant in response to reports of increased hacking incidents in the tourism industry. Only recently, the sector was named one of the most attractive targets for cyber criminals who are hungry for your personal data. With more, here's Ramon Gordon.
The tourism industry is under siege by cyber criminals. That's according to Minister with responsibility for digital and skills transformation, Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, who says the hospitality industry is home to some of the most sought-after information on the black market.
Your entity is under attack as we speak by cyber criminals. I can guarantee you that.
The senator was speaking recently at a tourism resilience conference in Montego Bay. The event, attended by regional and international tourism partners, aimed to future-proof global tourism against shocks like climate change, economic downturns, and cyber warfare. Minister Dixon says multiple entities face daily attacks.
Private businesses, government entities, we see it every day. And a cyber attack, as we know, can severely damage our reputation and impact our image in the eyes of our customers.
Jamaica has in recent years faced a growing number of cyber attacks. Recent high-profile data breaches include shopcourts.com, where hackers claimed to have stolen data on up to 200,000 orders, and PriceSmart, which suffered a breach involving over 500 gigabytes of sensitive data. Cybersecurity expert Trevor Forrest is unsurprised by the development and urges caution.
The tourism industry is in custody of a lot of data. When you get on a plane, think about the information you have to provide, your name, your address. When you provide that information, a profile can be created about you. The information that you provide can be used elsewhere to carry out crimes.
Those crimes may include identity theft, fraud, and even extortion. The 876 Technology Solutions boss says companies and travelers must be proactive.
From the standpoint of service providers, they need to make sure that they have the right systems in place to ensure that your information is safe. But on the flip side, the tourists need also to think about the kind of information that they give out whenever they travel. Is this information necessary?
Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
At least one businessman is reacting to the government's $1.3 trillion budget, which was tabled in Parliament last week. Andrew Laidley tells us more.
The overall budget for national security in the upcoming fiscal year is lower than what was spent the year before. But CEO of the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, Larry Watson, said after comparing the spend over the past few years, it's safe to say that priority agencies like the Constabulary and Defense Forces are not being left behind.
One looks on the budget and compares it to the latest estimate. It's somewhat disappointing that the revised estimate for 2023 and 24, it doesn't really show good big increases in certain categories. For example, the Ministry of National Security and the police force in specifically. However, I think we have to realize that over the original 2022-23 budget, it's really showing a 19% increase, because the revised estimate for 2023-24 really has the additional compensation that was approved, and some of that compensation had back salaries that were.
On the business side, he said all eyes are on consumer prices, which continue to be outside of the Bank of Jamaica's target range.
For the business community's inflation, the target of 4 to 6 is somewhat elusive. I think we got into it in one quarter, it dipped below the 6, and it has now gone back up. I do believe that the reduction in transportation, in the JUTC fares, part of that has come because they are trying to pressure the inflation rate to come down.
At the same time, Mr. Watson said the business community is anticipating a possible tax ease in certain areas when Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark makes his presentation during the budget debate in Parliament.
There are some areas that there are discrepancies in taxes. For example, the 25 to 33% for persons earning over $6 million. and also on the financial institutions, there are the asset tax, that goes through to them. I think that can be dealt with. Also, with the new parameters that we're seeing and how our debt to GDP ratio is looking very positive, one would hope that with the less loan interest we have to pay, there can be some sort of review of the GC.
Andrew Laidley, CVM News.
And now in sports, the National Chest Hospital, the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital and the Danny Williams School for the Deaf will benefit from the 2024 Sigma Honor Run. The road race, the largest of its kind in the Caribbean, has now raised over $750 million for close to 30 charities in Jamaica.
Hold on. No, sir. No, it can't. We've done it. Honestly. It's real. It's real. It's a real number. $109,054,616. Thank you so much. Thank you to the corporate donors. Thank you to you all. This is amazing. It is amazing.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, Sagicor Group Chairman Peter Melhedo, along with Sagicor President and CEO Christopher Zaka, were among the record 27,349 participants.
This is the biggest crowd I've seen since this week. And you can understand why my voice is the way it is. But I just want to say, first of all, thanks to all of you for coming out, representing the nation in our health and representing the nation in our charity and volunteerism. Big up to you. Allow me to big up Sagicor. They have done an amazing job in continuing to sponsor what is now a landmark calendar event.
And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. Sunrise continues after this.